Side note before this video starts, yes, I have pink hair. I dyed it. I forgot to address it. I've had it dyed for like a week and I just kind of forgot about it, but yes, my hair is pink. Surprise! Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be another LGBTQ video, and I'm really excited, and I am so glad that my coming out video was helpful and people enjoyed it and all of that. So yeah, I'm just kind of sit here, you know, I figured I can chill, let's sit back and just talk about this very hard topic of how to deal with hate in the LGBTQ plus community, LGBTQIA, whatever you identify or use this community. I tend to say LGBTQ plus because I feel like there are so many letters and it's just easier to sum up and include everybody possible without feeling like you're leaving anyone out. So yeah, but anyways, that's besides the point. How to deal with hate in the LGBTQ plus community. So I have a few talking points that I have written down on my phone just to refer to, but yeah, in the community, it's not perfect. The world isn't perfect. The world isn't perfectly accepting all yet, and it's sad, but it's true. We don't have full acceptance. Not everyone believes that and has the same morals as people in this community do, and that's besides the point. The point is, as we still get hate for things in this community. I still get targeted a lot as not looking like a lesbian, which is very frustrating. And yeah, so these are just some tips and tricks that I try to use in order to deal with the hate that comes with this community and being a part of it. And this is my experiences from me being gay, but I'm sure transgender and any other letter part of this alphabet that we have created here can benefit from these little tips. They're pretty versatile. They're not just because I'm gay, a sexuality kind of thing. Although that's what I have experience with and the most knowledge in. So yeah. Anyways, the first point I wrote down, which I think is key in starting this all, is initially when you're approached with an ignorant or hateful comment towards yourself or this community, I think the most important thing is to stay calm. I think a lot of times we just get defensive, and that is so normal, like, to get defensive about it. Because it's hurtful, and it's someone saying something to you that is hurtful and harming. But the most beneficial thing that will help the rest of this just kind of flow into place is really just to stay calm. So the first point I have is to stay calm. I usually take a few breaths. I really try to analyze the question that they're asking. A lot of times what helps me staying calm in this situation is to analyze the question that has been asked or the comment that has been made and really try to pick and prod through what has just been said, and in any way that you can, depending on what has been said to you, and just really think about what it means and maybe what that person was thinking, and maybe how might they be confused about something if they haven't been educated or knowledged in this topic. What might be going through their brain right now to make them, or to persuade them to say that. Not to give them an excuse, but really just to help myself stay calm and really analyze the situation and feel less anger towards that person in any way, shape, or form. However that is for you, do that. Just stay calm. And then the second thing that stems after being calm and after you have analyzed and picked through the question that's been asked, the statement that has been made, is educate on the topic. So whenever someone made a comment on, my biggest thing is they usually probably made that comment because they're not educated. They don't know about said topic, or whatever in this community, whatever comment they made, they obviously made it because they're not educated in it. So it's our job to educate. Be calm and educate. Talk to them about whatever it is that they need to hear. Educate them on the topic. Really pick through the topic. And so when someone tells me that, say, we'll just use this as an example throughout the video, is I don't look like a lesbian. That's the most recent thing I've been told, so that's just what's on my brain. So what I would say to educate is, actually, you can't really look like a lesbian. I know that there is a perceived look of a lesbian sometimes in the media that might be perceived in a more tomboy-esque way, but there are actually lesbians that are very feminine, whatever feminine is. I would decide whether or not I really wanted to get into gender roles with them. You can brace that in your top conversation, but I would really just say, yeah, like, who's to say what's a lesbian? A lesbian, there's not a look of a lesbian, it's a feeling that I have inside of me, and yeah, I can't look a certain way in order to fulfill the label of a lesbian because it is something that I feel inside. It doesn't look like anything, it's a feeling. So yeah, that's what I would do to educate about the topic, and you can do that in whatever way or shape or form. But again, staying calm through that whole situation and trying not to let your anger show through and really just become a teacher for a second and, educate it. You are you. You know yourself the most, and usually the comment is being made about something about you. So educate in that process. And you might make a light bulb go off that wouldn't have if you hadn't sat down and talked to them about it. So I think that's a big thing. The next thing kind of stems off of the educate about the topic is answer any and all questions that someone might have. So it's just more going off of educating. Make a situation comfortable and safe and not like you're mad at them. Make it seem like you're going to give them all the information that they want. Answer their questions respectfully. I mean, if they're asking dumbass questions that are making you uncomfortable, like I've gotten stupid questions like, where do you like your girl to touch you? And inappropriate questions like that from guys that are just ignorant and rude, in that I would just be like, that's not a question I would like to answer, because that's just not appropriate, and I'm just not interested in sharing that part of me. It's personal between me and my partner. So yeah, that's how I would take that. But, just answer any and all questions. Say, I like to say that no questions are bad, and we want to educate, and you don't know what situation someone might be in. They might be in the closet themselves, and some of the most hatred-filled people are the people that are in the closet themselves, so they might need all this information. So you never know. So make sure you make it a point to answer any and all questions, no matter what they are, even if they sound a little bit of a hurtful question. It may just be all out of curiosity, and just try to be kind and answer them. And then my other point is just be kind throughout the whole process. Try so hard, like I have stated in this, to not let your anger show through. Because if anger shows through, this is going to become less of a talking conversation and more of an argument. So you don't want your anger to show through, even though there's so much anger behind the fact that you're even having to have this conversation. But in the fact that they made the ignorant or rude comment in the first place, but to just make sure that you're being kind throughout the whole thing and really just being helpful, just trying to educate and being kind and just not letting your anger show through is probably going to be the biggest difference. Because if you're really nice about it, people don't really know how to react. So no matter how frustrated you might be, just be really nice. And honestly, it makes people step back and be like, what the heck, why is she being so nice to me? I'm honestly making comments that are clearly rude in her eyes, and she's being really nice to me. What the heck, she's just talking to me and educating me. And then the last point I have is be welcoming. overall, just be welcoming. This community is such a loving and accepting place. We're all here for each other in our own stories. I'm sorry about that. I'm on a rocking chair. But yeah, just be welcoming, be kind, be open-hearted and loving to every single person in this community and everyone asking questions about it, because you know the people asking questions, again, like I said, could be the ones that are going to be in the community too, and they're just in the closet. So yeah, I really think it's so important to educate and give out information and be welcoming and come with open arms just to answer all questions and really welcome them into the community, and be hoping that they'll become a straight ally if they're not in the community. So just be welcoming, because we could get an ally out of it, and straight allies are even more important than just us ourselves fighting for our equality and acceptance. So yeah, I mean, it is frustrating that we have to sit down and deal with this stuff, and I had to sit down and make a video about this, but I hope that it helps you guys if you're ever in the situation having to handle hate and deal with hatred. And this is the best way that I've learned how to handle and deal with the hatred in the community and the ignorance and the uneducatedness that people may have. Yeah, so that's all the points that I have to make, and I really hope that this was helpful and educational. And yeah, that's all I really tried to do, is just to educate, and that's what I'm here for. So yeah, I hope this video did something to your day and made you smile. If it did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next Friday with a brand new video. Bye bye.